So, in week 3 of the course, we are continuing to examine the idea of a profession. We're reading Michael Davis's Is Engineering a Profession Everywhere? And Michael Davis is somebody who's published a lot in engineering ethics and is certainly somebody who advocates the idea that engineering certainly is a profession. But one of the things I think you'll find when you read the essay is that there's nothing really specific here about engineering. Um, there is some mention at the end of the way that engineers in different countries, Japan, France, the Netherlands, whether they do or don't have a code of ethics or formal code of ethics, and whether or not they consider themselves a profession and different ideas related to that. But there's nothing very specific here in this discussion of a profession or the idea of a profession that is actually specific to engineering. But he is continuing, I think, our look. He's helping us move forward in our look in terms of what actually constitutes a profession. And of course, it's here. I'm sorry, these pages aren't actually numbered, which makes it difficult, but it's here at the end of this section of the essay where he gives his so-called Socratic philosophical definition of a profession. A profession is a number of individuals in the same occupation voluntarily organized to earn a living by openly serving a moral ideal in a morally permissible way beyond what law, market, morality, and public opinion would otherwise require. That's an interesting way of looking at it. We'll discuss it. One thing that probably comes to mind immediately is that the Davis idea of a moral ideal seems to be very similar to the Sighart idea of the noble cause. And you can see what is embedded in that definition is the idea, especially this beyond what law, market, morality, and public opinion would otherwise require. Again, I think he's generally taking the Sighart position as opposed to the Downey position. That is, Downey said that there's no reason to talk about professional ethics. Everybody is subject to the same moral constraints, and everyone is sort of got to follow the same ethics. There's no special ethics for professionals, which is what Sighart was saying. And I think what certainly Davis is saying here, because it's that beyond that I think is really important. That is that everybody is bound by what law, market, morality, and public opinion require, but professionals are bound by something else, and that is the moral ideal that gives them special responsibilities. So it's an interesting take on the idea of profession. I don't know how much it moves us towards a specific examination of whether or not engineering is a profession. Obviously, if you have a general definition of profession, you can think about any particular occupation, engineering, or anything else, and ask yourself whether it actually fits, whether it actually is covered by that definition, whether it is a profession according to that definition. I suppose really the key idea here is moral ideal. As far as I can see in the essay itself, he does not specify what that particular moral ideal is for engineers, and that's perhaps something we can talk about.